everybody, it's Johnny Rottenseed, and welcome back to the Dark Side of the Spoon channel, where you get your raw, uncut, no holds barred recovery talk about addiction and recovery. I'd like to thank you guys for supporting the first video. We plan on doing a couple videos a week, just covering all the topics and stuff. And I was driving earlier and I was thinking about something that's been a hot debate for the last 10 years, and how uneducation and the lack of just compassion for other people has always basically been a turmoil when it came to this recovery and addiction thing. So in the last 10 years, there's been a huge heated debate about choice or disease, right? And I want to cover that and tell you guys exactly how this all breaks down, and why that if you believe it's a choice or if you believe it's a disease, you're actually both wrong. And the reason I'm going to go into this is just so we can get a definition of what's really going on with that, and y'all might fucking gain an understanding of how to explain this to someone else. So first and foremost, let's cover choice. Choice. Every addict, whether we want to admit it or not, we made a choice in the beginning. We chose to use some type of drug. Even if it was doctor prescribed, there's a chance that you may have heard that some of these drugs could be addicting. It may have said it on your label. You decided to take it anyways. So therefore, every time an addict becomes an addict, we chose to put a substance in our body. So in the beginning, it's a choice. However, I promise there ain't one addict out there that in the kindergarten graduation, when they asked what they wanted to be when they grew up, said, I'd love to be a fucking junkie. So obviously that was not the path that they were really choosing, right? So what we're looking at is, initially, the drug was a choice. However, the period of time that happens beyond that point of the continued use and leads into pure hell of active addiction, that's something totally different. An addict loses control if he continues the use, right? Now, if you're the person out there at the Rich gas station, at the Speedway gas station, sitting in the McDonald's lobby retired, and you're sitting in there and you're reading stories about an overdose or this or that, and saying, oh, you know, goddamn addicts, it's a choice, and they chose what they got, and they deserve what they got. Let me tell you right now, your opinion is invalid, right? And nobody likes it, nobody wants it. If you don't have any type of compassion or empathy, just please sit down and shut the fuck up. Because if you can't be a decent enough human to understand that everybody has struggles, that you want to say, well, I can't get my insulin for free, but addicts can get Narcan for free. First and foremost, it ain't free, man. It's all through funding. However, it doesn't fucking matter. Don't put your issues onto another group of people, right? We've all been through this. We deal with racism, stigmas, and all these types of things, and everybody wants to change that, but there's still those people that are like, oh, man, it's just a choice. They're a fucking addict, right? So, I said disease. You were wrong about that. This is why. The reason why you were wrong about that is because, yes, in 1956, the AMA recognized alcoholism and addiction to other drugs as a disease. However, it has changed. But I want to break some things down for you real quick, right? That's right, Johnny Rottenseed going to give you some education. Disease. If we break that word down grammatically, dis means away from or out of, right? So dis-ease. Ease meaning comfort. So dis-ease, disease, means away from comfort. Anybody who's had a disease, I'm sure, will tell you that it's away from comfort. And I don't know about you, but living in a gutter, sticking a needle in your arm, don't sound very comfortable. But it's not a disease. What it truly is, and it's recognized in the DSM-5, which is how all of us who work in the treatment field, we get our diagnoses for someone. It's considered a disorder. It's a substance use disorder. Now let's break that word down. Disorder. Away from or out of order. We're talking about something with the mind. Anytime we talk about a disorder, we're talking about of the mind, right? Disorder means away from order or out of order. I don't know how many addicts you've been around, but I can say when we're in active addiction, our brain is definitely out of order. Probably should have a sign on it. So, disease is of the body, right? We're talking about cancers, viruses, parasites, anything that affects you of the body. Disorder means of the mind. We don't call it bipolar disease. We call it bipolar disorder. So, when we talk about addiction, if you call it a disease, you're wrong. If you call it a choice, you're wrong. As I said before, the AMA recognized it as a disease in 1956. However, that's changed going throughout the years, and that's when we come up with this diagnosis program, being as the DSM-5. So that's how we diagnose a disorder. However, if you're still watching this video and you're still thinking that it's a choice and that your opinion is better than mine, let me recognize it this way. The AMA is the American Medical Association. Again, how we diagnose almost everything. It is the top tier of medical professionals in our country. If you are saying that you know more than the AMA does, and that it is a choice, then I'm going to tell you that you missed one hell of a chance to be an addict because you're obviously delusional as fuck. You could do better. Think about it, man. Nobody chooses to live a life of absolute hell. They don't. People want things. Something just lost track. They lost their dreams, they lost their goals, and everything become about getting and using one more. That is not something that we all put in our cards. And I say that from my personal experience. I did not plan on becoming an addict. I did not plan on being a junkie. However, that's where I found myself, and whenever I was there, I wasn't exactly sure how to get out until a court system showed me. So, the final point of this is, though, if you are an addict in active addiction right now, you know that this debate and this conversation, it absolutely does not fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Choice, disease, genetic, did I get it from my dad? Did I get it from my mom? None of that fucking matters if you're in the middle of it right now. So don't worry about that shit. Don't go pressing people whenever they're saying it's a choice and you feel like you got to push on them that it's a disease. Doesn't fucking matter. Their opinion is their opinion. What you need to do is reach out to someone who's struggling and try to help them get into recovery. You can be the example. Don't get on Facebook in the comments trying to convince people who are convinced themselves that it's a choice, that it's a disease. Because both of you are fucking wrong. It's a disorder. Don't spend your time wasting arguing with people who are not going to change their opinions because they're not willing or not able to educate themselves anymore. How about go and help somebody who's really struggling? Maybe just go through your phone book and your support group, maybe shoot them a call just to check in. We're in a trying time right now. Don't waste your time on shit that doesn't really matter, right? Don't Facebook warrior. Don't keyboard warrior. Do your shit, man. Be an active part of recovery. Be of service to somebody else. If you're living in my area, y'all know Huntington, West Virginia, drive down the street. See if somebody needs a fucking sandwich. I'm sure there's somebody hungry out there. So look, I'm going to turn this video over to Bones, see what he has to say about it. And we'll put this up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this shit, man. These are the things that people ain't wanting to talk about. I'm trying to educate you in these first few videos of what we're actually talking about and what we're actually dealing with. Remember, addiction, it ain't a disease and it ain't a fucking choice. It's a disorder. And that's recognized by the major medical community. So if you want to argue the facts, go argue that shit with them, not with somebody on Facebook. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I always, always, always hope that you support us, that you support what we're doing, but most importantly, that you support each other. We love y'all.
What's going on, everybody? My man Johnny Rottenseed spoke on a topic which is disease or choice. Which one is it that addicts suffer from? I'm not going to go into the disease part that much. I'm not as wise to the science of it as Mr. Rottenseed probably is, but I will go into the choice aspect. First of all, let me say this. The first time anybody does a drug, you're right, it's a choice. We choose to do that. After that, if you have a genetic predisposition to addiction, you will most likely become addicted. Now, when you're a regular motherfucker just walking around doing your thing, and you ain't never done drugs or alcohol, you probably don't know, hey, I'm predisposed. So, matter of fact, nobody knows whether they're predisposed from birth to being an addict. Nobody knows that shit. It just happens when you try the shit. For me, for instance, I was 15 years old, man. You think that the first 15 years of my life, I knew I was an addict. I knew I probably shouldn't try shit. No. I was a fucking kid. So I tried the shit. Then I tried it. And I fucking loved it. I fell in love. Then after that point, it took over my mind. That's why it's a mental obsession. I didn't know I was genetically predisposed to addiction until I started doing the shit. And it just took over. And it progressed. And it progressed. And it progressed. I needed more. I needed more. I had to feed the mental obsession. Okay? So what I'm saying is, another topic Mr. Rottenseed touched on is, people judging addicts sitting in McDonald's reading the paper, reading about overdoses and saying, well, fuck them. They deserved it. They made the choice to do the damn shit. Okay, motherfucker. What if that was your daughter that you was reading about? I bet you'd want to study the fucking science more, wouldn't you? You'd probably want to look more into it. There's a lot of people's children, mothers, fathers, fucking grandparents dying from overdoses because they are addicted to drugs. But when it doesn't affect you personally, when it's not a member of your fucking family ODing, it's easy for your punk ass to sit there and read a motherfucking magazine and talk about everybody fucking, all these piece of shit addicts that are dying, how they fucking deserve it. Fuck you, man. Do the fucking research. Your opinion is fucking invalid. Just like Rottenseed said. If you want to have a fucking opinion, then study the fucking facts. Look into some damn shit. I mean, I'm tired of hearing about it. Motherfuckers always want to talk shit about addicts all the time and how they're pieces of shit and they chose to die. Man, fuck you. There's single moms out there that might have broke their fucking ankle pushing their fucking kid through Walmart and had to get on some fucking Percocets, then she got hooked. Because she's genetically predisposed, motherfucker. Does that mean she's a straight piece of shit? And her parents and her kids, when she dies from an overdose, does that mean that they should all say, oh, well, my mom was a straight piece of shit. Fuck her. She's supposed to die. She's just a junk-ass junkie. Just a straight piece of shit. Nah. So when you're sitting there reading your fucking newspapers and you're reading about these addicts ODing and shit and you're talking shit about it, maybe you should think, that could be my daughter. That could be my son. Think about that shit. Addicts like us, man, like I said earlier, we do make the choice at first to take the fucking drug or alcohol, okay? But after that, when we become addicted, we do not like it anymore. It's simply to get well. We don't get high because it's fucking fun. It was fun as shit the first few times. Maybe the first fucking 6 months it was fun. It's not anymore after that. It's fucking maintenance. It's fucking work. It's not fun. Addicts don't go out and rob and steal or do whatever the fuck they do to get high because it's fucking fun. Kings Island's fun, motherfucker. Getting high ain't. Searching for dope ain't. Waking up every day not having fucking money and being sick as fuck until you can get some shit, that ain't fun. Addicts do not do what they do because it's fucking awesome. We do it because we have to we have to feel better because we fucked ourselves by doing it the first time and we got hooked. Most addicts who go through recovery and come out and stay clean, these are good people, man. With big fucking hearts. I might holler, I might cuss, and I might be aggressive. It's because I'm passionate, but deep down, I'm a good fucking dude. I was a straight piece of shit when I was getting high. But I'm a fucking dad, and I'm a fucking brother, and I'm a fucking man. I'll always be a recovering addict. That'll always be there. That's going to always be a struggle for me and millions of other addicts. But I don't have to succumb to addiction and live the life that I was living. Because like I said, it ain't fucking fun and it's a lot of work. So choice, disease, what the fuck ever, man. It's a mental obsession. I'm sure some of you motherfuckers out there reading the paper, talking shit about these ODs, got some kind of obsession. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that are obsessed with shit that just won't fucking, that have fucking problems but won't admit it, but they'll sit around and judge other motherfuckers for it. You're cool. Anyway, man, you want more facts and shit? And you want somebody to tell you the truth and actually learn you something? You listen to my man Johnny Rottenseed. He'll fill you in. I work in recovery as well. So does Johnny. We live this shit, man. This shit's real to us. It ain't a fucking game. We see it all the time. We see good men and women daily wanting better for themselves, wanting to change their fucking life, and they try as hard as they can, man. But that mental obsession gets a grip on them, and they go back out and they fuck up. But there's that select few every now and then that want it as bad as they want air in their lungs, and they do it. Because that's how you get sober. You gotta fucking want it. I'm not gonna talk much more about this. You know my fucking opinion by now. Disease, choice, whatever. There's a scenario I heard several times. Well, I'm a diabetic, so if I don't have my insulin, I'll die. But an alcoholic, if you put a gun to his head and it's like, hey, if you take that drink, I'm going to kill you, he's not going to die because he's not going to take that drink because he'll get shot. So therefore, it's a fucking choice. Okay. I see how you think that. But the thing is, you're right. He's not going to take the drink right then with the gun to his head. He's going to suffer like a motherfucker. And then when you turn your back, he's going to take that fucking drink because he's going to feel like shit. And then he's going to take your gun from you and pawn that shit to get more liquor because it's a fucking obsession. That's why there's treatment facilities. And all you fucking people out there who are bitching and getting in a fucking uproar because they want to put sober living houses in your fucking subdivision, fuck you. It's a fucking problem. Do y'all just not want the problem addressed? You just want addicts out running everywhere, not getting fucking help, not getting fucking better? Or do you want them in a fucking facility getting treatment so they can be back with their kids and shit? And not break in your fucking house and steal your shit? Think about it, man. Think before you judge a motherfucker. Until you've walked in somebody's shoes, you don't know shit. You think you're going to hear me sitting here talking about judging motherfuckers on a golf course? Fuck no. I don't golf. You think I'm going to judge some dude at working in the fucking stock market on Wall Street? I'm going to judge him because he lost some money? No. Man, fuck Wall Street. I don't know nothing about that damn shit. I'm not going to judge shit I don't know about. And neither should you. And if I am going to judge some shit I don't know about, I'm going to get my fucking facts straight. That's all I got to say on this shit. Be fucking hungry, stay motivated, and do not lose the willpower and the want for sobriety. Be blessed, y'all.
Peace.